How's it going, everybody? ZoinkMeister Patrick here, joined today by Melmouse Melissa.
Heyo!
And today we're back with more Woolfe, the Red Hood Diaries, on the PC. No, it is not to be continued. This game came out in 2015, and nothing has happened in the last, 6 years.
And we all know why.
Thank you for playing Woolfe, the Red Hood Diaries, a Grin production. Grin, the company, went under, and this game had to be bought out by Rebellion.
Which was a terrible mistake on their part.
And because of that, and so Rebellion fulfilled
Voice acting. See, there's two of them.
Yeah, Red and Granny. Okay, and that's it.
And Janice Carroll is way better than Michelle Sparks.
Yeah.
We know that.
Yeah.
Michelle Sparks sucks.
Yeah, the whole thing.
And I hope she finds our tiny channel one day.
Our very
and cries.
dedicated early access community, all the fans, friends, and family for their input and support throughout the development.
All 5 of them. No, I'm just kidding.
What? Oh. Okay.
This is
Wait.
awkward.
I swear, I did not push. Do you know what button I pushed to make that go away?
Any? I assume any button probably makes it go away.
No, the right stick. Oh no, you're right. It sure does.
See? Wow. So are we just gonna keep watching?
Yeah, I want to see I want to see if there's anything else interesting in the. I just want them.
In case anybody wants to know, Patrick also makes everybody do this with any movie he ever watches ever. So just don't go to the movies with him.
That's fair.
Ever.
No, I just want to see how short they were. I imagine they can't be that long, right?
Right? This game sucks so bad. I wouldn't be surprised if they were like, nah, we need to make sure this is extra long so we can commit to being bad.
Yeah, you know what? They might list every single Kickstarter backer. Yeah, these are all the Kickstarter backers.
Heck yeah, they wanted to find a way to make it really long.
Yeah, makes
They're
sense.
we're also gonna list our friends and family on here because this
wait. Woolfe Industries Tin Army Beta Soldiers.
Heck yeah.
You ever feel like a beta soldier?
Dude, my name's even on there. They're let's just name everyone that we can think of.
Yoda
because this is the last game we're ever gonna make ever because it's so bad.
The only game they've ever made ever.
They know. Oh, that was actually pretty short. Okay.
Yeah, told you. Yay! Oh, there we go. Well, that was a game.
It does exist.
So you can replay the chapters, so that's nice.
We all really want to.
Well, so, there's an achievement for getting through a forest. Oh, I see. So this is the boss fight. You can even do the boss fight separately from the main levels.
The only good thing about this game, and even the boss fight's bad.
Oh yeah, so did I get the... I did. This is the final, so I got everything in the last chapter. So I'm going to go through another time before this series is over and get all of the diaries.
Without Melissa.
Yeah, probably, unless you want to join me.
I don't want to.
And then
you could have Sparky join you.
Probably not. And then I'm also going to probably try to...
Piper, no swiping.
Get the other achievements, basically. Actually,
Piper, no piping.
Give me a second.
Oh, I made a joke. Do a barrel roll. All you have to do is roll. Just roll. ... ellipses at the end.
So here's a bunch of achievements that we missed. We never killed a Tesla guard. Drown right after Red tells you can't swim. I thought we basically did that, but it didn't unlock.
What, drown right after Red tells you she can't? Yeah, I think that was me.
Yeah, I thought we did that, but whatever. These are the ones we didn't get, though.
I guess I didn't do it quick enough.
I guess so.
I sat there and I was like, you're telling me you can't swim though?
Yeah.
And then I jumped.
Yeah. Skip the guards without dying. Oh, because we did die once. Finish the hard, so we have to beat it on hard. Be quicker, there it is. Quicker than Grin.
Better.
Be better?
That was my own.
Oh,
no, it doesn't say that.
Oh, I see.
Kill 100 Kickstarters.
Chase Woolfe through the woods without dying. That's gonna be fun. These are a couple of, get all the diaries, kill 50 fairies. Rats, 20 fairies, 100 Kickstarter backers. I don't even know what that means. I think those are the soldiers. I think it's saying kill 100 soldiers.
It's saying play this game enough to
basically
care.
So, one thing I want to do is try to kill a Tesla guard. And while we do that, we can talk about how much we don't like the game.
Tesla guard?
Those are the ones with the electric hits.
Ah.
Yeah. So, in order to do that, so final review of the game. We'll throw that up on screen. You know what it is, probably, hopefully, from last time.
Yeah, so it's an F for me.
There's no F. It goes down to D.
It's an F for me.
Yeah, so I'll call that a D, I guess.
It's an F for me. If you don't throw up an F, I'm gonna cry.
I won't, because there's not an option.
An F for me.
Yes, A minus, B plus, B. Okay, all right, that's enough of that.
F minus for me.
Yes, doesn't exist. So D then?
0. I would give this 0 stars if I could.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you're doing right now.
I would give it 0 stars if I could.
Yeah, that's what this is. But no, this game I would also give a D. It's really not good.
I don't like the way it says also when I didn't say D. I ain't giving this none of my D.
So the question is though, is this an ID or an I anything?
Right, and as I mentioned in the card in previous days prior, without the voice recording.
Right, we were talking about this. Yeah, we were talking about this after our first recording session. This is our second recording session, by the way. Very short game. We were talking about like what we were gonna rate it based off of what we were thinking of at the time.
And I said it didn't deserve an incomplete because I feel like incomplete's kind of like, yeah, this sucked, but let's give them a little bit of a break. You know, like maybe they like ran out of money or you know whatever, but at least they tried. I feel like they didn't even try. I feel like they really didn't even try. Like, they're like, yeah, this is gonna suck, and we're gonna commit to it sucking. We're not gonna fix anything at all. Like, it's just gonna suck. Like, the gameplay sucks, the plot sucks. Like, and Patrick even said, you know, if you give this game to, like, someone who's better, could they fix it? Like, that's an I. And I'm like, no, they'd have to, like, trash the whole thing and be like, this whole thing is trash.
The actual I is supposed to be if there are problems with a game that could be fixed by a, like, quality... whatever. If you were to give it off to, like, a quality assurance team, just went in and fixed any like bugs with the game. You know, if the game was bug-free, basically, what score would you give it?
No, it's just trash.
Yeah, I don't think anything's really buggy about the game necessarily.
It's pretty buggy, but it's also just trash.
No, I would say what's one bug that we encountered?
Remember when she like pushed off the box and died immediately?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that's because where we're standing. It's supposed to be if you're standing in the way of the box, it hurts you. It kills you. And we were standing in the way of it.
No, there's so many like invisible walls that like don't need to be there. Like in Alice.
I don't think that's a bug. I think that's intentional. I don't think they want you going that way. Like I don't like the.
Well, look at that. Look at the way that she's standing right now. She's not even on it. That's a bug.
No.
Also, sometimes she has a shadow. Sometimes she doesn't. That's a bug.
No, she always has a shadow. It's just not underneath her. It depends on the lighting. That's what I'm saying. None of these things are bugs. I think these are all just done.
You're a bug.
It's just the way that the game works. Whatever. Okay. Well, I have to go all the way around again. Don't mind me, boys. Do I have access to all my powers? Probably not. I do not. So that sucks. That wolf power I got right at the end, I can't do that anymore.
My point being, this game just sucks, and it deserves an F.
Well,
I give it 0 certificate.
If you're thinking it's buggy, then it should get an I, F, D, whatever.
Okay, fine. Then it's not buggy. It's just bad.
Well,
No, it's just bad.
Is it or isn't it?
No, you don't think about it.
It's okay if it is.
No, I told you all the reasons why I thought it was bugs. If you don't think those are bugs, then I mean, I don't know. I think regardless.
I don't personally. You could think that they're bugs. If you think those are things that were not intentionally in this game, then they are bugs, right?
I think they just didn't bother fixing it. Like, I think they would probably be like, that's trash, and fix it, but they didn't care. You know what I mean? Like, I think they saw that and said, yeah, that's bad, and said, I don't care, and then just kept going. Or, we don't have the funding to do it, but also, I'm not gonna look for the funding to do it. You know, like, it's just gonna be bad, and that's fine. Like, I know these people's attitudes.
Gosh dang it, this is so hard.
And their attitudes are not the right attitudes.
Huh, yeah, I mean, this is a Kickstarter
I know them
campaign,
on a personal level.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where, like... Whew, gonna see if I can kill this guy.
He's got one move. And it's not a good one, but it's effective.
Gosh dang it. This guy's gonna be so hard to kill. So there's an achievement for killing one of these guys, and so I knew there was one right here towards the beginning of this level. I want to see if I could do it before we ended the series. But, yeah, I personally think, I don't know. You could disagree with me. You could say that
I disagree with you.
This game's very
your
buggy.
opinion's trash.
And so most of it seems to think this is an ID. I personally think this is just a D.
I know, I didn't. I just said over and over and over, I think it's just an F.
That doesn't exist, though. I keep telling you that.
It's just an F.
Right, it doesn't matter.
You can call it whatever you want, but there's no I in F.
Yeah, the I
or
F,
in D. I don't believe there's an I anywhere in this rating. That's what I keep saying.
I got it. I got the achievement. Okay, that was
Not
all I wanted
on
to
his
do.
watch.
That's all I wanted to do. So you don't think this game is buggy then?
No.
Okay.
Sure, no.
I don't know.
I think it deserves not an I.
Okay, so just a D. With that, I do want to try to complete this game, but that'll be another time. So, see you guys on whatever we do next. Zoink out. How's it going, everybody? ZoinkMeister Patrick here. It's kind of late where I am, but I just finished completing this game. As you can see here, I have 20 out of 20 for the achievements. So here they all are. You can see what times and days I got them and all that. Maybe do that a bit slower. Here's the first set. Sorry, my mouse is really wigging out on me here. And here's the second set. And then there you go. This is the last set. So, you see 4.4 hours is how long it ended up taking me. And real quick, I want to show you all these. I got all the diaries. So you can pause on any of these if you want to see them like slower or whatever you care at all. I talked to Melissa, about the review, whatever. So now that I've completed this game, this is an official review,
and I've decided to stick with a D. We talked about it for a while, about whether or not it should be an ID and what we've used I for in the past, especially with Crash. But, you know, something that, like, I think the developers intended for the game to be the way that it is, but we felt that it really needed that, like, more of a bug issue than it was the game being bad. You know, it's not a bug, as I said. I think it was intentional, but, you know, it is what it is. That was that. So I just leave it on there. Whereas this game, we're saying, like, so basically the I means, like, okay, you know, this game is a fun game, but it really could use some, like, improvements. Like, it really should have been spent a bit more time on, perhaps. But with this game, we feel like ID could exist, but this game just isn't it. This isn't a game that we felt the developers should have spent any more time on than they did. It's just not good. I already showed this one off, but while I'm here showing off everything, this felt like a good place to, you know, put it all together. So, Melissa agrees. She thinks it should be a D. She was saying F during the recording, but, you know, her main point of that is that, you know, she'd never give it an I. She really doesn't think that, you know, the developers should spend any more time with it. You know, if you were giving it back to the developers at all, she felt that they should just burn it and throw it away, if anything. So, that's the other one. But yeah, this game does have a great visual style. I looked up some other reviews on Steam after we made our initial review. One thing that they said is, you know, they did something interesting with the visual style, and the game's definitely like a pretty looking game, especially when it's stagnant like this and not moving. And then the other advantage that they gave it was they said that they liked that the script had rhyming in it, which just felt kind of awkward to me, I guess. I don't know if I agree that that's good. I mean, I get that it's supposed to be a fairy tale, so it kind of like keeps that vibe with it, but it felt like forced every single time they did it. So I don't know, maybe it's just the voice acting. Maybe it would have sounded better if it had been, you know, directed better, whatever. But that's how I felt. I think this is the first official D on the channel that we've ever given anything, and I've now officially completed it just to make sure that is they officially can receive that score. So here are all the final things, and there you go. That's this game. It took about 4 hours to fully complete it. The hardest thing to get was definitely the speed run on the forest level. It took me a bunch of tries, but it really wasn't that bad. You just have to do it without dying, basically. You can die like once, but if you die too many times, you like mess up the cycle. So it's just a matter of like keeping on the right cycle since there's so many moving parts. And then the second hardest thing to do was beat the final boss, Woolfe, on the hardest difficulty. You have to do the entire fight in one life. You can get health when you kill his like little minion wolves. They like drop health, but there's no other like major health pickups in that area. And if you die at any point during the fight, you have to redo the entire fight. And it's a very, very long fight with a lot of phases to it. So it was rough. That wasn't super fun either. It didn't take me that many tries, honestly. I think like got my like third try or something like that, but it just wasn't fun to do. It just felt very long. Honestly, the forest speedrun was kind of fun. I actually liked some of the skips I found and stuff like that. I kind of wish I'd recorded my speedrun of it, but I guess I can show off one real quick. But that's basically everything I have to say about this. If you want to see me attempt the speedrun here on camera, then I'll do it, but if not, then that's all I have to say.
These woods aren't what they used to be.
Hey there, I'm actually back here from the future. So this section is back in 2K because I realized my mistake. And while I didn't think it was worth going back and re-recording that section where I just kind of scrolled through all the text, whatever, this part seemed, you know, it's kind of a nice level. Honestly, this became my favorite level by the time I was done with this game. So I want to show off this little speedrun I did and talk about some of the stuff. There's invisible walls there, so you can't skip to either side of that. You do have to go straight down the middle like that. Single jump here, and then you can just fall. And I think you can just fall there too, but I jumped just to be safe. This is actually my first time recording it once I realized I needed it to be in, well, I wanted it to be in 2K, which is why I'm making mistakes like that. There, it moves as soon as you touch it, this one too, so you kind of just want to be focused more on touching it. But all these little things, such as like, you know, how quickly can I touch the rock so it starts moving, aren't really as important, I don't think, not as far as I could tell, to getting the achievement. This is, I don't know, I think I said this is my speed run of this level for the sake of getting the achievement, which requires you to get it finished in 4 minutes and 56 seconds, I think. I'm not sure, but there you can see you can run on the air for a little bit, and this skip, I'm just glad I was able to kind of get there. If you do the second jump right before the end, you can avoid taking fall damage, which will really slow you down, because this part's very slow. If you're wondering how I got that rock to move so quickly, you just double-click B to skip the cutscene. It's like the only in-level cutscene I think you can skip. Maybe not. There's the one with the Pied Piper where the bridge breaks. Not important. A lot of things in this area. This is you know, it doesn't really matter how quickly you go through this whole section. It's an auto scroller, but if you die, then you have to redo the whole thing, and it's very slow. So that's the worst you could do. So any spikes you touch, instant death. The like gas thing, if you touch it, instant death. You don't want to touch. This one's the hardest thing. Getting that saves you some time, but you don't even really need it. Because as you see, I died there, where it's like, oh no, am I going to be able to get speed run? The answer is yes, because this level involves a lot of cycles. So as you can see, this thing was facing the other way with the spikes up, so I couldn't jump on it anyway. So I actually didn't lose any time, maybe a couple seconds, just because I couldn't jump like at the earliest possible time. But almost no amount of time was lost at that section because of the fact these are cycles. And here, I didn't lose any time anyway, because there's no way I was going to get the cycle before this one, where this thing spins around in a big old circle. You know, if I'd managed to get here any faster, it would have been here instead of here when I got there, you know? So there's a lot of stuff like that where there's very little you can actually like skip and get faster time. As long as you're doing everything just kind of relatively fast, you can get the good time on it. Even if you die, you end up not really losing much time. So here's a sequence skip I go for. If I'd landed on that rock, if I missed it, I was a little too late. But it's okay, because I end up getting the following sequence anyway, when that rock comes back. If I'd waited any more time, this is the rock you actually want to land on. This one, I think, gets a little closer. You can jump on it. I forget how it works. But anyway, the point is, get on here, don't miss that rock. And yeah, I think, so I basically lost a cycle here, which means I could do this like slightly faster, but really not by much. I'm kind of a like half cycle behind on time. And then right there, that's a big old skip where you can just jump straight down. Although it's a bit riskier. If you want, you can just jump straight down and then run across. Might be a bit safer. These guys, just get right by them. Here you go, I managed to make this cycle. So you see, if I'd gotten here any sooner, I wouldn't have been able to get the cycle. And this one's actually like twice as long, I want to say, as the other cycle, maybe. Or no, maybe not. I'm not sure. I might have missed this cycle anyway if I'd done the sequence break before. So it's hard to say. This is another like auto scroller where if you die, it's a much bigger deal because you have to redo this whole section. You know, it's very slow, but there aren't very many. There's only like one last cycle in this level, I believe, which is right at the end. And so as long as you make that one, you're fine. But I mean, I'm so far ahead of the developer's time is really bad. This is the last cycle. So here, I should have made the jump all the way across and gotten that. So this is the one sequence that really slowed me down because I couldn't get ahead of this spiked log. Everything else was basically spot on for time. Maybe if I'd gotten the half sequence before, I could have done this faster. As you see, that's a 4:22, which is way faster than the 4:50, whatever the heck, that the developers expected. So there you go. This level's a lot of fun. I do really enjoy it. Honestly, despite how bad everything else in this game is. I ended up kind of liking that one just because of the speed run and the mentality of it and all that. Here I try to go for a second time, which I'll show off a little bit of. Basically, this whole thing is just holding sprint and trying not to hit the walls. It's not a big deal.
An underground explosion shook the area
as you see, I tried to pull forward there. I mean, none of this, you know, in the grand scheme of things, really matters, which is kind of the reason I wanted to show this a little bit again, is just to highlight the difference of that later section with all the sequences that you have to like make it on time for, and if you don't, or even if you die, it doesn't matter as long as you can get to the sequence before the next sequence starts. That's where you actually lose the time. But this section, it's just like, as long as you do it in a reasonable amount of time, you know, the like couple 2 frames you save here isn't going to affect that time as much as like you can get 30 seconds ahead of the developer time if you like get your sequences all in order. And I think that's something to highlight about this speedrun. That is what it is. There's a way to do this like even a little faster where you can land on that top one instead of the bottom, but it really doesn't save any time. Here you can roll before you do this attack, which does make it come out a little faster, but you know, again, I just wanted to basically, I'm just saying all these things because I didn't have time to before, and just saying where they are. One time I actually managed to skip doing the attack because I got hit right as I started it, but I've never been able to figure out how to do that reliably. We're on the air here, and then this is the part I want to show off, where this is the fastest you can do it if you land right there and then skip. And that's the only real important part to all this. So, thank you guys for coming by. I hope you enjoyed this series, And I hope I see you in whatever we do next. This one was very, very short, which is why I just wanted to get it out, even though it was not very good. I thought it was a lot of fun as a series, not as a game. So see you next time. Yeah, don't touch that gas. It'll kill you instantly, and you lose a ton of time if you die anywhere in this auto scroller. So especially here towards the end. This also instantly kills you. And so do those spikes. See, this is an example of I missed the sequence, and now I have to wait for that to go all the way around. So this was clearly too slow, and this is all the time I'm wasting. If I died here, I could still come around and try to get this. It's, you know, there, and that's the fastest you can jump off right there. And then the rest of this should all be the same. I screw up somewhere, that's why I didn't show off this speed run, instead showed off the other, but all right. That's what happens if you take fall damage. As you can see, it slows you down. In this case, it didn't matter because I'm in the sequencing area, and so as long as I get those sequences, it's fine. I think I do manage actually a sequence skip here up ahead, so maybe I will show this off, or maybe I screwed up. We're about to find out. I'll cut this out if I just screwed up. All right, so when you jump up here, hopefully I try the sequence skip. You see that rock is the one you want to jump to in the left corner. I didn't even try for it, but you can make that jump. It's actually not as far as it looks. I think I instead mess up my jump right here. Yeah, there you go. I messed up that jump, and I was just like, whatever. I got a good run. I'm out. I actually uninstalled this game because it sucks, and I don't need to play it again because it's complete now. All right. Goodbye for reals. So I got.